Hi, my name is Dimitri, and this is the presentation for MMH706 Advanced Human Resource Management Unit, Trimester 2, 2012. The unit chair for this unit is Dr. Sean Ryan from the School of Management and Marketing, Deakin University. In this presentation, we shall discuss about knowledge management and innovation and how it is applicable to a call center. Maeve Julian states that organizational learning is not a goal in itself but a key factor in sustainability. This is a pretty good definition, and it is it goes with the definition of knowledge management, which is in the next slide. Knowledge management. It is how managers can generate, communicate and exploit knowledge, usable ideas for personal and organizational benefit. Bailey and Clark defines knowledge management as how managers can generate, communicate, and exploit ideas which can be used to gain any kind of a personal and organizational benefit. Innovation. Innovation is a multi-stage process where organizations transform ideas into new improved products, services, or processes. The next slide, we discuss about iView, the call center which is in question for this particular presentation. iView is one of the leading market and social research organization in Australia. The primary role of iView is the collection of market and social research data and has an experience of 30 years in this field. iView conducts researches and collects data for government agencies, researchers, and the private sector as well. We will be focusing more on the CAT-I department of iView. CAT-I stands for Computer Assisted Telephone Interviewing. This department has interviewers using video display terminals to present questions and accept respondent answers in a telephone survey. By video display terminals, we mean computers or laptops, etc. This basically makes it essential for the employees to be highly skilled and at direct interaction with the customers or respondents while working simultaneously with sophisticated computer-based systems. The next slide. iView has a pool of over 400 CAT-I interviewers, around 150 CAT-I stations all across Australia, and the Melbourne office has the capacity of 60 to 80 interviewers at one time. The breakup of the CAT-I department clearly shows a high number of casual and part-time employees. This results in a high attrition rate faced by the management, which in turn hampers the chances of forming a proper knowledge management model into the work life. A very interesting article, the application of knowledge management in call centers, also states the fact that it is difficult to apply a specific knowledge management model to a call center. The next slide. We identify the problems, high attrition rates as we discussed earlier in the earlier slide. Because of the high number of casual and part-time employees, the attrition rate is pretty high. Unpredictable nature of the job. Well, in this business, it is not always possible to achieve predictability as the interactions with the customers are affected by various factors. The most common challenge faced by a CAT-I interviewer was to make the phone respondent dedicate a certain amount of time for the interview. And due to this, convenience factor of the respondent also comes into the question, which can never be predicted. Strict adherence to quality. Well, as a research company in Australia, you have to follow the privacy laws of Australia and adhere to all the rules and regulations here. iView is an active member of the Australian Market and Social Research Organizations, and all the executives are members of the Australian Market and Social Research Society. They have to follow the ICC Code of Ethics and Professional Practices while conducting the interviews. The next slide. We discuss more about the high attrition rates and how it can actually affect knowledge management. This is a very good definition which I found about human capital. Human capital is defined as the knowledge, skills, and experience of people, and the employee is considered as the bearer of knowledge within the human capital theories. Uh, in today's environment, employees change jobs pretty regularly, and it's a common thing now. And when they leave, they take their knowledge and experience along with them. This results in knowledge attrition in the organization. Now, since iView has a majority of the casual and part-time employees, when they leave, they basically take all their best practices with, and if they do not share it, then the knowledge management of iView is very much hampered. So recommendations, well, the shifts for the casual employees are based on ongoing projects, and hence there is this uncertainty of the number of hours that an employee might be working for next week or in the next coming weeks. Because of this uncertainty, many employees tend to leave and search for other job prospects outside. IFU has a monthly report called the Forward Load. This Forward Load document forecasts the peaks and troughs for the coming month and can be used to inform the employees of the available shifts. This can be useful to retain at least the best performers or the best employees. The supervisors and team leaders are also obtained from telephonic interviewers based on their performance and tenure. And this brings us to the next point, scope for promotion for employees. Now, if this is provided, obviously this will help in reducing the attrition rate to a significant level, because if you provide a scope for promotion within the company itself, it will act as a motivational weapon, even though I shouldn't be saying weapon here. And well, promotion scope for promotion will always motivate an employee, and along with that, if there are rewards and recognitions can be of any types. They could have rewards and recognitions like a monthly rewards and recognition program, recognizing and rewarding the best performers, along with scope for further promotions within the employees and better pay rates for the supervisors and team leaders would be an attractive solution for all employees and will motivate them to stick with the company and you know look for promotions for themselves. The next slide, the unpredictable nature of the job and strict adherence to quality. Few basic requirements are found which is necessary for any call center employee. The subjective interpretation is the first, where it is really necessary for the employees to exercise judgment to meet the different needs of different customers or respondents in this case. Second most important thing for a call center employee is the way the feelings and the services are displayed, as this decides the outcome on the quality of the interaction observed by the customer. Excuse me. Unpredictable respondents is the third reason. By saying this, we consider the problems identified before, which is the unpredictability of the respondent. It is difficult to set a set standard for conducting interviews because of this. The timing of the call, the emotional state of the respondent, etc. are some of the factors that make the formation of a set standard model of knowledge management very difficult for call centers. The next slide, one of the key roles of the supervisors, firstly we have to say, is to share the best practices and knowledge while providing feedback to employees on their interviews. The shifts for the employees are divided into two parts, that is the day shifts beginning from 9 to 4 and the evening shifts starting from 4:30 to 9:30. They would have 5 supervisors and 2 team leaders present at all times, which basically ensures the supervisor to handle 10 to 15 interviewers in one particular shift. The supervisor's primary role is to monitor at least 10% of each of the CAT-I interviewers' interviews. They coordinate with the team leaders for this and provides feedback on the calls almost on an hourly basis. What this results in is that this results in a constant knowledge sharing environment which helps create an integrated knowledge culture in IBU itself. Sharing of the best practices by the supervisors from their own experiences and giving the interviewers useful tips to handle problems or issues is a convenient way to ensure knowledge sharing and knowledge management in IBU. But the monitoring procedures do have an adverse negative effect on the employee as well. Performance monitoring is the most common practice of all call centers. Information on the employee's activities like the average call times, the number of completed interviews, and the time between the calls, that is the lapse time, and listening to calls with or without employee knowledge affects the employee well-being. A level of flexibility, I believe, can be provided in certain areas like the introduction of the interview where information flow occurs both ways and the success of an interview is pretty much determined during the introduction. The next slide. Other recommendations, a knowledge management strategy if not a model. IView can adopt the model developed by these guys in the article The Application of Knowledge Management in Call Centers. They can use that as a base and develop a documented or formal knowledge management model or strategy. Organizing weekly or fortnightly meetings. Well, organizing weekly or fortnightly meetings where the best performers of the week share their best practices will definitely allow the other interviewers to pick up some tricks or advices which will improve the overall productivity and achieving of the targets as well. The Human Resource Department can also develop training programs in stress and emotion management which might help in reducing the turnover rates. Sorry about that. Use of technology efficiently can turn out to be a great method to help IBU. We know how important technology is to the business world today. The recordings of the calls can be used for training purposes. The best practices of the interviewers can be shared by playing the recordings during training. Encouraging innovative ideas and encouraging employee participation. The management should create an environment which encourages innovation in IView. This will result in the flowing in of new and innovative ideas and encourage employee participation. The flow of information in a call center is always both ways, and the employees or the CAT-I specialist in this particular case have a better understanding of the respondent's needs and complaints. Optimum efficiency can be obtained only by capturing the best methods that they use to deal with the customer's needs and complaints. So I would like to end this presentation here by thanking you all for your attention. As a recap, we have seen the major issues faced by IBU as a call center. We have identified the issues and provided recommendations for them. High attrition rate being the major concern along with the limited scope for innovation. Unpredictable nature of the job was also one of the discussed issues, and to some extent we can say that strict adherence to procedures or quality is one of the major reasons. Along with the suggested recommendations, IView will always have scope for improvement in regards to the knowledge management strategy and scope for innovation as well. So thank you so much for your attention here and have a nice day. Bye bye.